2, 3.
Hello everyone. Today, me and my group mates, Canan Bakhshaliev and Ali Seydaliyev, we will talk about our humanities project, and we selected the topic, which is ethnogenesis, formation of Azerbaijan identity. And in this presentation, we will study the historical past of the formation of our nation and all factors standing on this past, such as religious, cultural, historical moments, and as well as the geographical location. Let's switch to the next slide. In this slide, as you can see, we have been working on this presentation for a very long time, and we hope that you will like it. So let's get started. In order to get started, let's see what we have in the content. Table of contents. Firstly, we will talk about cultural formation of our nation. Secondly, social position in Azerbaijan. Thirdly, exploring historical events. And the last one is dipping into geographical factors of Azerbaijan, as I mentioned before. Let's switch to the next slide. And now my group mate Canan Bakhshaliev will talk about cultural factors that lead to the formation of Azerbaijan.
Yes, as Canan mentioned, I'll speak about cultural factors that led to formation of Azerbaijan. Here, there are four factors that I will speak about. They are ethnic factors, religious factors, cultural revival factors, and literature and arts factors. First of all, I would like to start with ethnical factors. As you see on the picture on the left, this is ethnopolitical map of Azerbaijan. Here we see in what part of Azerbaijan what nationalities live. In Nakhchivan, Azerbaijans live, and in Karabakh, most of them is Armenians. And we also can see Lazgis, Avars, Tatars, Georgians, and Russian Talishs too. But the main is Azerbaijans. The Azerbaijani state tries that the ethnic minorities living in our country keep alive the traditions and culture of these people, which is a component of the culture of Azerbaijan, preserve and pass from generation to generation. And the second picture is here a pie chart from Azerbaijan ethnic composition, and this was recorded in 2009. And here we can see that almost 92% of population is Azerbaijans, and more than 1% each Russian and Armenians, also 2% Lazgis, and almost 4% is others. The population of Azerbaijan is diverse, consisting primarily of Azerbaijan Turks, but also it concludes other minor groups, as I told. And for example, the picture on the right top is example, as I said, Talush, Tatars, Avars, Yahudi, Kurd, and Lazgis. All are Azerbaijan nation. During the ongoing military operations, in response to the appeal of the leader of the Nagorno-Karabakh Armenians, Arek Harutyunyan, to the ethnic minorities of Azerbaijan, including the Talysh, a rally, Talysh are awake supporting Karabakh, is being held in Astara, a festival, and the picture on the right bottom is a festival where Lazgi, Talysh, Tatar, Kurd, and Turks unite. And now I'll speak about religious factors that led to formation of Azerbaijan. Islam and especially the Shia Islam has played a significant, very important role in shaping and forming of Azerbaijan culture and identity. Religious practices, rituals, and traditions have influenced various aspects of Azerbaijan life, including art, literature, social customs, and so on. 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 And Then cultural revival. In the 19th and early 20th century, Azerbaijan experienced a cultural revival marked by renewed interests in language, literature, music, and arts. Intellectuals and cultural figures uh, of Azerbaijan nationality helped us in the formation of Azerbaijan and inspiring pride in heritage and aspirations for self-determination. And as I said before, literature and arts uh, has played a crucial role in shaping of cultural identity and fostering a sense of nationality, consciousness, and the prominent Azerbaijan poets, writers, and also artists have contributed to the development of a distinct Azerbaijani cultural identity. Now, this is all from me, and my groupmate will continue.
Yes, and now I'm going to give an information about the geographical and natural factors that led to the formation of our identity. Let's switch to the next slide. The question may arise how this can affect our formation to our identity, like how geographical location affect of the formation of our identity. Let's answer this question. So we all know that we are located in the Middle Asia, and mostly popular high mountains surrounded us, and they have beautiful views and etc. Of course, but the main value is inside of Azerbaijan. As an example, I can say that Azerbaijan's abundant natural resources, including oil, gas, minerals, and they all have influenced its economic development and the economic development and geopolitical significance. Throughout centuries, people living on these territories used these materials as a source of development, and this enhanced our economy. Also, as an example and as an addition, I can say that our national leader Heydar Aliyev also influenced in coal industry related with these high mountains. Let's switch to the next one. As you can see in this slide, I will give information about the importance of Silk Road in Azerbaijan. As you can see on the left part of the slide, it's the ancient Baku city. And I will go deeper about it. Here you can see ancient Baku city, and Baku played a key role in shaping Azerbaijan's identity, and also it has an important role in on the Silk Road. Through trade and cultural exchange, Baku thrived as a home of commerce and innovation, and benefiting from the goods and ideas that affected the Silk Road. And this ancient trade route not only facilitated economic growth, but also made Azerbaijan a richer society by improving cultural diversity and secondly, exchange. Baku's strategic location on the Caspian Sea has its own importance in regional and international trade, highlighting its role as a bridge between East and West. And so this easily understandable that in logically that we see now also that Baku include in itself both West culture and East culture. There are many evidences for that, and in our architectural aspects and also food aspects and other spheres, we can provide an example of it. And so in order to as a result. On this point about this part, the Silk Road significantly influenced not only Baku's history or all over the Azerbaijan's history. and identity, and contributing to Azerbaijan's cultural heritage and economic prosperity. Now, I want to pass with you to talk about our language and the way of its formation. Also, talk about historical people who made a lot to enhance it. And overall, I will give information about our language. Let's switch to the next slide. As you can see in this picture, it's our national leader Heydar Aliyev. And first of all, let's all together read what our Heydar Baba said about our language. It's in Azerbaijan language, but anyways, I will read it. Ana dilimiz müstəqil Azərbaycanın, Azərbaycan xalqının ən böyük milli sərvətidir. Yes. As we can see, Azerbaijan language is the main thing that the Azerbaijani language, because it's played an important role in shaping the identity of Azerbaijani people throughout history. For example, with roots in ancient Turkic language and influences from Persian, Arabic, and other languages, other regional languages. And as an addition, Azerbaijan serves as a symbol of cultural heritage, and secondly, national unity. Its historical significance is that it's evident in the preservation of traditions, literature, and oral history, and also the fostering a sense of belonging and continuity among the Azerbaijan population across all generations. I can say that nation without language is not a nation. It means that language is the main part of nation. And our national leader Heydar Aliyev always emphasized in his speech in the importance of protecting the purity and spiritual change and richness of our language, and emphasized the importance of following these necessary conditions in state administration level. Let's switch to the next slide, and I will give more information about it. As I said, I will also touch one of many persons who really played significant role. One of them is Mehmet Hüseyin Şehriyar. He is one of the most important poets of Azerbaijani and Iranian literature, both of us, Azerbaijan and Iranian literature. His works played a key role in the strengthening and developing the Azerbaijani language and culture, and also his work supported the sense of national self-awareness by raising the values of national poetry. Shahriyar is known for his lyrical poems, and one of his popular projects is Heydar Babaya Salam. Also, I'm gonna talk about Imam Mustafayev. He is a Soviet and Azerbaijani scientific, party, and statesman. Also, first secretary of Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Azerbaijan SSR and member of the Communist Party since 1940. And let's firstly watch a short approximately 30-40 seconds video to briefly explain why I did research about this person. Let's watch. And that's it. And at the right part of the slide, you can see more about you can read more about Imam Mustafayev if you want. It's in Azerbaijan language, so that if you want, you can read it. It's for you. So we understand that not only writers, but also political figures fighted for promoting and developing our language on state level. Thanks to them, all of them. And let's switch to the next slide to give information about our language day. Yes. As you can see in this slide, I will read it in Azerbaijani, just one or two sentences. It's Azərbaycan dili və əlifbası günü. It's the on June 18 on 18th of June 2001, one of the important steps taking towards the language of Azerbaijan and the restoration of national moral, political, legal rights and of Azerbaijan language was the signing of the decree of improving the implementation of the state language. So that's it, guys. I'm finished with my part. Now my groupmate Ali Seydaliyev will continue about our project.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I'm all glad to see you. So my part is basically about how historical events affected the formation of our nation. So what I want to start that first of all, the term Azerbaijan has ancient origins, tracing back more than 2 millenniums to the times of Alexander the Great. It's commonly was used as name originated from Atropatena state, the Achaemenid government of Medes who ruled the region autonomously after the Alexander conquest. In Atropatene state, we heard in some books about the name of Azerbaijan. So you all may ask that how what historical events it can be. Before everything, that the main part is of course is 19th 20th centuries, the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic, the process, the Karabakh War. But before that, I want to briefly and give you information about the parts that we don't see, that many people don't know even about the before the 20th centuries. So I wanted to, as you may see on the pictures, Azerbaijan has very ancient history. The great empires such as Safavid Empire, such as Seljuk Empire, states like Albania, Atropatena, Argunlu, located on our territories. For example, Safavid states, we all know that it founded in early 16th century, transformed Azerbaijan. We call it Azerbaijan, but at that time we didn't have any sense of information about Azerbaijan. But overall, this territory has really good evidence from that part. Turned a center of Persian culture and Shia Islam, as my teammate Kenan Bakhsharif mentioned about Shia Islam. The Safavids ruled a vast territory that included present-day Iran and parts of Azerbaijan, marking a period of cultural and political significance for the region. Also, I want to talk about Seljuk Empire, which emerged in 11th century, extended its rule over large parts. As you may see in the picture, it captured all part of Iran, Turkey, nowadays Turkey, and also it has great impact of transforming Turkish origins into our territories. During the 16th and 18th century, on the right side, as my teammate Kenan mentioned about Baku city, you may see some kind of picture of this. So Baku was a trading hub where people from various cultures came together. The main point that nowadays also in today's conferences, Baku is mentioned as a city which has great and vast role as it located on the shore of the Caspian Sea. So it makes it autonomically important for trade by sea, which played a big role in shaping Azerbaijan history, like as a main city which has its own history. About Argonlu and Albania, of course, in times of Argonlu, Azerbaijan history, Azerbaijan basically was not so evident, but of course it has its own impact on our history. So now I want to pass on to the next slide, so where we will see we'll see many people, that names which you should remember. Why I say that we should remember these people, because many people don't know about them, but the basics of the idea of Azerbaijan was put by them. Of course, it was not so popular at that time, but from ancient times to the modern era, these great leaders have shaped the destiny of our nation, as can I say like that. So the past that we had from our history is related with them. As in the picture, you may see the great people such as Javanshir, Babek, Shamsettin Eldaniz. Let me make it smaller. Yes, Shamsettin Eldaniz, Babek, Shah Ismail Khatai, Shah Abbas, Nadir Shah Afshar, Javad Khan. For example, about Shah Ismail, the founder of the Safavid dynasty, Uh, he established Azerbaijani Turkic as official language and expanded Azerbaijan's territory very, very big. From 1501 to 1524, he was ruling, and he conquered many, many territories, Iran, Iraq, Georgia. So he increased the status of Azerbaijan because he was located basically on this territory. Also, for example, I want to talk about Javanshir, who was last ruler of Albania. He bravely defended our land against enemies from all sides. For example, enemies of Arabs, which tried to capture our territories and implement their own culture and tradition. Of course, they did it, but Javanshir fought bravely to keep Azerbaijan independent for over 20 years. Also, we can see here Shah Abbas on the picture from 1587 to 1629. In his period, we all know Shah Abbas as the ruler, which did many, many reforms, such as Shah Abbas reforms. He strengthened Azerbaijan entirely. Inside, like internally, his political influence was great. So now, of course, I want to pass. We talked about before 20th century, before 19th century. Now it's turn to pass to great, great people. These people is not replaceable. The job that they done for our republic is significant. You may see Mehmet Emir Rasuzada, Fatali Khan Koyski, our national leader Heydar Aliyev, and many, many other great politicians, influencers who changed and created Azerbaijan that we live now. Formation of Azerbaijan Democratic Republic in 1980, following the collapse of the Russian Empire in 1970, Azerbaijan declared independence. We all know that, and established the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic in 1980 with in Tabriz. First of all, it was in Tiflis, I'm sorry. This brief period of independence marked a significant milestone in Azerbaijan history and contributed to the consolidation of Azerbaijan national identity. For example, Heydar Aliyev, Mehmet Ramazan, Fatah Khan Koyski were important leaders who helped shape Azerbaijan identity and unity. Mehmet Emir Rasuzade, a key figure in creating Azerbaijan Democratic Republic. The job that is done is really, really crucial. Together, these leaders helped Azerbaijan feel connected to each other and their country's history, language, and culture. What Heydar Aliyev did cannot. I don't think that any other leader at that time in other countries could do. So let's pass to the point which I want to talk about, Paris Peace Conference. We all know that Azerbaijan identity formation is related with worldwide job. As you may see on the head is sitting Almardan Bey Topçubaşov. This person and the other people who was we seen together, Muhammad Hasan Hajinsky, Almardan Bey Topçubaşov, Sheikh Islamov, Ahmed Bey Ağayev, Muhammad Muharramov, and Ceyhun Hacıbeyli, and Mir Yaqub Mehdiyev were included in this composition. In 1918, they were appointed to go to Paris Peace Conference in order to make meetings with diplomats and representatives of Turkey, Iran, Russia, United States, Great Britain, and France. Not Russia, SSR. I'm sorry, Russia Empire. About the political and economic situation of Azerbaijan, and asked them to help their countries recognize Azerbaijan independence. This was really, really significant. So here I want to talk about the way our nation formed, which passed from labor law, the judicial reforms, which is 1866. Due to resistance, however, of the reactionary nobles who did not want to lose their position as judicial reform was limited and incomplete. Also, land reform, which is related with, you remember, 5 disciplines. Peasants were given a land scale of more than 5 disciplines. The most important innovation at that time was that peasant had the right to buy his share of land and transfer it to his personal property. You may see the development of labor law and land reform. And for this part, struggle for independence, it's the most important part, which I want to mainly point here. One of main elements in rise of Azerbaijan identity was the conflict with Armenia for the control of Nagorno-Karabakh enclave. After several years of fighting, this Nagorno-Karabakh conflict is the main source of unity of the Azerbaijan identity. Many people like Azadlık yürüyüşü, this all significantly pointed that the unity of Azerbaijan and the spirit inside each people is really significant and plays crucial role in formation as an identity. The conflict is used by both sides to hide their own internal problems. In some contexts, authoritarian movements have used the conflict to make liberal governments false. This false, we can say, 20th January tragedy, genocide, Hocalı tragedy, genocide. You may see on the pictures the people who struggle, who fight for their country. This all marks that we are, as a nation, will do everything to get our lands back and what we did. And here you may see that it is really proved. And after 30 years of fighting, finally, on 8 November 2020, we finally captured Shusha city, which led us to the victory for many centuries, which ended and put a stop to this struggle for our independence. And at the end, I want to thank all my teammates for this great job, for this great PPT. And as Mehmet Emre Sözler'de said, bir kere yükselen bayrak bir daha inmez. So I think no one has any other words. Yes, no one wants to talk. Thank you for your attention. Here's our references. See you soon.
Thanks for your attention.